Hello students, welcome to yet another session. Today we have Abhishek with us. Abhishek is a final year Metallurgy and Materials Engineering student from IIT Kharagpur. In this session, we will going to understand his journey at IIT Kharagpur in this branch and demystify what exactly this branch mean, how are the scope, how are the opportunities available in this domain, what are the career aspects and etc. So thanks a lot Abhishek for joining the session.
Thanks, same here.
Right. So just to get started, tell a bit about your days when counseling was going on. Why did and what made you choose this branch, metallurgy and materials engineering?
So I come from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, which is also the steel city of India.
Okay.
And there is a very big hype in Jamshedpur about metallurgy and mechanical, these kind of branches. You won't find anyone longing for computers.
Hmm.
So that, as you know, what happens, you have the JE advanced, you have the ranks, and as per that, so I was not eligible for mechanical engineering, but I got metallurgy in IIT Kharagpur. And also at IIT Kharagpur metallurgy department, it has a very strong alumni base. It is one of the oldest departments in India. So, and secondly, IIT Kharagpur was in vicinity to my hometown, so
Hmm.
that also helped to me. So that's why I chose this
Right. So I
branch.
think a lot of reasons, I think mostly on your favor.
Yeah,
That's why you went to, right.
and
So
there
let's
is another reason.
okay.
My grandfather is also an alumni of the same department in IIT
Okay, okay. So I think, yeah, I think that's a
Kharagpur.
really strong one. So, okay. So
Yeah.
tell a bit to the students exactly what is metallurgy and materials engineering all about? Like exactly in layman terms, what does it mean? It seems something related to metals and all to me. So can you explain a bit more in detail?
Look, uh, you consider metallurgy separate from materials for a minute.
Okay.
Metallurgy has everything related to steel, related to aluminum, and its conversion to products, to industrial products, to our appliances, to all types of products. And when you talk about materials, it deals with ceramics, it deals with plastic, it deals with polymers, everything which is not a metal.
Okay.
Even today, you must have heard about biomaterials, materials used in making artificial hearts, in
Yes.
electronic materials for chips, silicon. Those come in under the material domain, and under the metallurgy domain, it's more about steel metallurgy, about the aluminium metallurgy, and so on.
So long story short, your branch is a combination of both the things, be it metal and non-metal.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
yes.
Got it. So, uh, sort of exactly this, I've always seen there are a lot of IITs at present in India which offers a degree in metallurgy, while few IITs offers a degree in material science. So, what exactly is the difference between all these all these branches? What exactly do they teach, or what is the major main difference at present?
Which uh, includes all domains of materials, be it steel which we use in our automobiles, or ceramics in our plates, to the polymers and everything. Whereas some of the NITs, especially today, they have still have only the metallurgy department. The metallurgy isn't it doesn't involve all the domains of the material world, I would say.
So it seems something to me related to metals, non-metals, some it's all a lot of chemistry that seems to going on. So tell a bit about the courses that you have learned in the whole 3 or 4 years of your journey. What are the major subjects or the major courses that you got through this engineering branch?
So I'll go year wise. In the first year of engineering, the subjects are more or less same for all the branches.
Right.
So there is nothing of metallurgy in IIT Kharagpur. But some of my friends in NITs, they say that they still have a material science course in the first year.
Okay.
Requisite courses of metallurgy, be it physical metallurgy, introduction to metallurgy, and going on in the third year onwards, you have advanced courses. be it dealing with fractures in materials, cracks and fractures in materials, or corrosion engineering, subjects like stainless steel. So you dive in deeper from the third year onwards. And in the fourth year you have very few subjects, I would say. You have more of electives, and you have a B.Tech project.
Okay.
So you have to do that project carries a, and you have to complete that project based on all the knowledge you have accumulated in your second and third year.
Understood. So it seems a lot of chemistry heavy course, if I'm right. True?
It's, I would say it is 30% chemistry, 30% maths, and 40% physics, I'd say.
Okay. So it's a combination of all the basics, fundamental subjects that students
Yes, exactly.
go through in
Exactly.
class 12. Okay. Got it. So we've talked more, a lot on academics part. The main concern that students
Hmm.
face during the counseling part is how are the opportunities at present in the India in terms of this branch? So can you throw little bit of opportunities available in this domain?
Uh, I'll speak frankly to your question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll divide the opportunities into the opportunities at IIT and the opportunities at non-IIT top colleges like NITs and the other top engineering colleges. So the jobs in metallurgy at undergraduate level are not very impactful. Like at undergraduate level, you can just join the company like a graduate engineer trainee or a operations manager. You won't be making a really strong impact, and the company won't pay you a very huge sum for that. So most of these companies recruit from NITs and the other engineering colleges. As far as IITs are concerned, the really good guys, I mean, who are really good with metallurgy and research, they go on to do their PhDs and their MS abroad.
Okay.
I'll just give you one example, Airbus. So
Yes.
Airbus is a, everybody knows of this company. In India, they only have their data centers and, some simulation work going on in Bangalore. But in US, they actually have openings for material engineers, manufacturing engineers. Their manufacturing setups are in the United States. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the future opportunities in metallurgy is you develop a inkling for research or go for a master's abroad.
Okay.
Apart from that, you still have many companies at IITs, like you have Vedanta. Vedanta is a regular recruiter at all the IITs. Apart from that, you have JSW. Tata Steel used to recruit couple of years back, but since pandemic, they have changed their recruiting strategy, I would say. They prefer more of dual degree graduates, the B.Tech plus M.Tech dual degree graduates and postgraduates for the positions.
Okay.
Probably because I think postgraduates are actually involved in a more impactful work in metallurgy. They go into
Mm-hmm.
research and they can actually deliver the impact to the company. So that may be a point.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
there are opportunities in the core field.
okay. So exactly what type of job roles or job responsibility that are assigned as you move towards to climb the ladder in the career? So what type is it, like too heavy researching about metals, researching about the maybe that part of material or something like that, or is it something exactly what type of roles are getting offered, like what are the day-to-day job responsibilities, if you can throw a light on that part?
In the core field, in the core
Yes.
domain, like I'll just give an example of some of my seniors who have joined Tata Steel in the last 5 years. So they join as a management trainee.
Hmm.
The first year it's a complete training. Like
Okay.
you don't really do any job. You are assigned to projects, you learn,
Right.
you do classes and everything. The second year onwards, you're given responsibilities in the blast furnace division, or there are different divisions in the steel plant like rolling mill. You have
Yes.
supply chain. You have many other divisions. So, and then most of them after 5 to 6, either after 2 years of work experience, they go for a MBA, or some go for UPSC, or some go for their post graduation or PhD abroad. And if they wish to stay with the company is really rewarding. Core companies are rewarding, I would say this, because if you stay with them, you trust the company, they sponsor you, they reward you with the MBA also. They sponsor your MBA. Like it's like a full sponsored 1 year MBA. And so yeah, the career wise, it's very strong, I would say.
So
All of
long
them are
story
going
short,
strong
it's a domain
in the
where
core company.
you will get the fruits after being in the career, getting the any experience,
Yes,
and yeah, and
yes,
get rewarded. Okay, okay.
yeah.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah, and
So,
I am getting
mhm,
rewarded. Like if you stay in Tata Group company, if you stay for 30 years, you will definitely retire as a vice president or a CEO
right,
kind of position.
right. Very true, very true. But the key message is at initial level, as a fresher, you're not going to make a big impact being at such a large company. So
Yes.
if you're really into the research part, you have done MTech, you have done PhD, you know the whole core of the subject, then maybe
Hmm.
something can come up. Understood.
Yes.
Also, it has been seen in recent times that before placements, before getting into the companies, students goes through the intensive process.
Hmm.
So, if for the students who don't know about internships,
Yes.
intensive is a sort of an opportunity where they can go to the company, they can work for a few months on any project, any domain, experience how the corporate, how the organization work, come back to the college, learn again, and maybe then get for a job.
Hmm.
So, wanted to understand from you, if we see your profile, you've done a lot of internships, be it in Tata,
Hmm.
be
Hmm.
it in JK Papers,
Hmm.
be it in
Hmm.
Topper, as a very, very famous edtech company,
Hmm.
be it in Lead School, a
Hmm.
company, first India's
Hmm.
2022 first edtech unicorn. It's again a unicorn became in 2022.
Hmm.
So you have having a very, very diverse
Hmm.
experience of internships. So wanted to understand a bit about your internship journey as well, from Tata, JK, and all, and to EdTech also. So, how you switched your domain, what was your job role, what was your responsibility in Tata, JK Papers, and Topper, and all. So, a bit on that part.
So basically, at IITs, you are either a coder, you are into software, or you are into non-software. So in non-software, you have core, you have business strategy and consulting, uh, you have product management, and you can explore different startups and the different domains in this field, be it data science or analytics, business analytics.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, I always wanted since 2020 was I went into my second year in 2020, and that was the COVID year. So I was at my home in my hometown. So there weren't really strong opportunities back then in the core domain, because in core domain, your internship you have to go to the factory, because
Right.
unless you go to the factory, your work won't be very impactful. But luckily, Tata Steel was near my hometown, like it was in my hometown. So still, I was not allowed to go to the factory, but there is an R&D division in Tata Steel. It's more of an office job. So I made connections over LinkedIn with some of my college seniors who were working with the R&D division, and so in that way, I got the internship in my second year winter. And my internship was on. I had to do. It was firstly, it was a vocational training program. There was a vocational training program where you were shown the different parts of the plant, and
Mm-hmm.
you were made to do different courses on metallurgy, heat treatment, and the different aspects of this branch. Apart from that, I had also worked on a small project on failure investigation in sustainable materials like fiber reinforced polymer composites and graphene. So that's where the material science part also plays. I had explored a lot of material science and sustainable materials in that internship. And after that, so next was summer of 21.
Mm-hmm.
In summer 2021, I got the internship with Topper. So that was through LinkedIn. So I would just tell that whenever you join the college, stay active on LinkedIn, because that is a really powerful tool, I believe.
Very true, very true.
You can make connections. You can get advice from seniors in any domain. Not only seniors, you can get advice from any corporate professional, and I think most of them are frank and they respond quickly. Apart from that, after that, After that, I wanted to explore business strategy because I was done with code. I was done with an startup. So I explored business strategy in winter of 21 with JK Paper Limited. So that internship was through Internshala, and so I had to travel to New Delhi for that internship. And that was not a work from home internship, and so that was to a nice internship where I'd worked on a mergers and acquisitions project where we were evaluating countries in Europe on basis of various social, business, and economic matrices. Apart from that, I had to also analyze a lot of financials of European paper and pharmaceutical sector companies and assist in the M&A strategy on the whole. After that, my summer internship was at Leeds School. So that internship was through my college placement process. There is a in every college you have a internship
Internship
recruitment
self
process.
placement cells,
So
right?
companies come. Yes, yes, yes. The placement cell. So the summer internship is more. The final year summer internship is mostly through the placement cell. So I had worked as a business analyst there, and I basically worked as a generalist across marketing, data analytics, and business functions. So yeah, that was my journey of the internships.
So it seems really a diverse one. Matlab, one of the profiles where you
Hmm.
started with a core metallurgy and slowly you realize
Hmm.
that somewhere down the line you're getting more interest in business part. So
Hmm.
you moved and you grabbed more
Hmm.
internships in these domains like JK, Topper, Lead School. Even you worked
Hmm.
in IIM Ahmedabad
Hmm.
as an intern. So
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I also worked with IIM Ahmedabad. So that internship was during when my semester was going on. It was under a professor, and I had to study many Harvard cases and assist the professor in making presentations and a lot of business and financial modeling. But I'd like to suggest one thing that at IITs or NITs or whichever engineering college you are, you shouldn't rely on one thing that I'll only go on in code or I'll only go in software. You should always have a couple of profiles to your self. Like you should at least explore 2 to 3 profiles because that increases your not only your diversity, I would say, but companies also value that diversity today.
so maybe one key message that is coming out is college isn't a place, is an opportunity where you should go explore multiple domains.
Yeah.
Internship is one
Hmm.
platform
Hmm.
where you go grab some internships
Hmm.
doing diverse domain and
Hmm.
which really makes you
Hmm.
understand the whole world. And later, once you know
Hmm.
yourself, maybe later you can
Yeah.
go and serve the job market, serve the sector and all. So,
And
uh,
Gautam, these are the internships. But apart from that, in my first year, I had also worked with Careers 360 as a part-time content writer.
okay,
So that was my. So it's just that when you enter college, you get a lot of freedom. So you should make use of that time. If you make use of that time, you should try to earn money. You should try to learn investing and many different, I would say, schemas of life
true,
because they
true.
ultimately help you in the future.
Yes, yes. So very true. It's. I think that's what the main purpose of college is, like to explore oneself. Talking a bit more on your college, that is IIT Kharagpur. It's one of the India's
Mm,
oldest, India's largest college campus,
mm,
the most known,
mm,
the
mm,
first IIT of the country. So
mm,
share a bit of your
mm,
experience.
mm,
What exactly sets the IIT apart from the rest of the colleges? How was your journey? What do you, how have you
mm,
learned through your 4 years of journey? What was your
mm,
key message or what was your key learning from the KGP
mm.
campus?
So basically, talking about IIT Kharagpur, it's not only IIT Kharagpur, any IIT or engineering college, it's more of an adventure, I would say. Like when you enter the college in your first year, it's like you are into the woods. You have to fetch for yourself. You have to find your way out, and you have to survive the
Right.
4 years. It's like this. And I'll be honest, it's not easy. There's a lot of competition here. Like everybody is right around you, and everybody is aspiring the same jobs which you are aspiring. So you always need to be on your toes and you need to keep working hard. Like when you enter college in the first year, there are a trend starts of getting a department change.
Department
Like
change, right?
in the first year, you have a in the first year you have a department change. You need to get a high good CGPA, and you need to compete among your friends and get that department change. That's the trend. Everybody keeps rushing for that, and as you complete your second year, you have that trend starts of getting an internship. Like everybody is running after the interns and the jobs and the interviews. As the internships complete, you start running after placements. Again, interviews, jobs, and this. So it's a kind of a cycle, the first to 4 years. There's
Yes,
no
yes,
end
very
to it.
true.
Like,
Uh, just a quick impromptu question that came into my mind is exactly how do you feel
hmm,
this metallurgy and material engineering as a branch? Is it a very heavy course or is it a very light course in nature? Like there are a lot of feedbacks
I'd say, hmm,
yeah, I was saying that there's a
I'd say
lot of
chemical engineering and metallurgical engineering.
please go on.
I'd say chemical engineering and metallurgical engineering, these two are one of the most student friendly, these two have the most student friendly curriculum. Like you can actually get involved in a lot of activities, and you can do projects, your personal projects, as well as do good in academics in these two branches. Whereas mechanical engineering, it has a very really a heavy curriculum. You really need to devote a lot of your time to academics and to your assignments, and you don't get time to do internships or explore the different avenues which the college throws before you.
Okay, okay. So seems a very light course which students can utilize their free time.
Yeah,
And one more thing is
yeah.
usually during counseling, students have a question in their mind is how easy it is at the IITs that to change a branch. So how easy it is in the first year to get a good CGPA, and if student is really interested, is it possible to change the branch, and how many percentage of seats are available in each branch? Let's say computer science or let's say electrical engineering for branch change part.
I think there is in my time, there was a cap on 10%. Like
Okay,
10% of students can be admitted into a particular branch.
right.
So, on average, you have in IIT Kharagpur, you have 15 branches, you have many branches. You have
Right.
also have dual degrees to each branch. So, 15 and 10%, so roughly 150 to 150 students can get that done. Out of
Right,
a batch of 1500, 150 can get a department change.
but that really need a good CGPA, I think more than 9 point something out of
Yeah.
10. Okay, so in case students is
So it
interested,
also
they can.
depends upon the branch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it also depends on the branches. Like if somebody is in a branch like geophysics, so
Okay.
from geophysics you can shift to metallurgy maybe at a CGPA of 8.7 or 8.8. But suppose somebody is in metallurgy, he wants to shift to electrical, then he
Mm-hmm.
might need a CGPA of 9.4 or 9.5. So it
It depends upon
depends
the
on which
branch and
branch you
the
are and where you want to go.
right. And there even a demand also. Let's say computer science is one of those
Yeah,
branch
exactly.
everyone wants to get into. So
Yeah, computer science you need like I have never seen computer science that cut off lowering below 9.8 or something like that. It's
okay,
always 9.8 or 9.9 around
understood.
that.
One more
Yeah.
dilemma that students face is should I give preference to the branch or the institute? Usually, this dilemma is between a good institute with a lower branch or a lower institute with a good branch. So, what is your suggestion on that part?
Uh, I'll talk only about the IITs. If you're getting computer science in any of the lower IITs, computer science or branches like mathematics, computing, or maybe some colleges have also a branch of AI nowadays, like
Yes,
IIT
AI,
Hyderabad and
machine
many other
learning,
colleges.
data science.
Yeah, if you're getting these in lower IITs, you take them. But if you're not getting any of those, you come to an IIT. You come to an older IIT, the top 8 IITs. You have much more opportunities. You have a stronger brand name, and that brand value really helps you in life. Like simple thing is, if you become an entrepreneur in future, you can easily connect with your alumni and get your first fundings.
Yes.
So, if you are not getting any circuital branch, I would say, in the lower IITs, you join a good branch in any of the older IITs, and then you make your way out. Because what happens is that during the counseling phase, you get to know about the branches. Like there are mechanical, there is metallurgy, there is electrical. But you don't get to know about product management, about business strategy, about marketing, about consulting, about data science. So these are the things which you explore when you enter college. So
Right, very true. And I think IIT is one place where you get an opportunity to do other things as well apart from your branch. So
yes,
there
exactly.
and there is a also a
Even
system in
entrepreneurship.
yes, where you can choose a minor course apart from your current degree or your
Yeah.
dual degree as well.
Hmm,
You can
hmm,
do a computer
hmm,
science courses with your metallurgy course. You can do
hmm,
electrical courses
hmm,
with
hmm,
metallurgy. Is
hmm,
it true, right, Abhishek?
hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So in IIT Kharagpur, you have a minor and you have a micro specialization also. So a minor course, suppose I'm a B.Tech in metallurgy. If I want to do a minor in economics and go into some financial modeling or some finance domain, so I have to complete around 6 to 7 subjects of economics throughout in my 4 years, and I get that minor degree. If I want to do a micro specialization, say in entrepreneurship, I have to complete 4 to 5 subjects from the School of Entrepreneurship at IIT Kharagpur, and I get that in the degree. Like B.Tech in Metallurgical Engineering with micro specialization in entrepreneurship. So that adds value, and also many companies look for that specialization. Like you may be a mining engineer, you may be a biotechnologist, but you may have you may have an economics minor, and you may get placed at investment bank like Nomura or say JP Morgan or some company like that.
Right, right. So I think that's a good part being at IIT is that it's not possible in a lot of colleges of the country. It's only possible in the top premium
Not
colleges.
even in not even in the newer IITs. It's only possible in the top 7 or 8 IITs, I think.
So the key message is that students should also look at this perspective apart from just looking at their branch that they're
Hmm.
getting into.
Hmm.
Understood. One final
Hmm.
question, Abhishek, before we end the session is what will be the key message from your side to the students who are watching this video and who will be joining various engineering colleges of the country?
So at the end, I'll say that never neglect your core, like the branch you are in, the academics of that branch, the core academics, because in future you don't know what will happen. Like we all know how the pandemic came, and there were so many, the job losses, and there were multiple implications of the pandemic and the current Ukraine war on the companies. So you don't know, you might not get into a MBA course, you might not crack UPSC or anything. But if you have a good CGPA, if you have a strong knowledge of your core academics, you can always go for a MS or a post graduation. So that is something which always stays with you. If you have a strong CGPA and if you are good with that. And another thing I'd say is learn something apart from your academics, like be it data science or Python or anything, any extra languages, and like business strategy. You can explore business strategy, you can explore marketing or anything like that from your first or second year itself, because that really helps you. The third thing I would like to say is that uh, you should always join the societies of your college, at least one society. You should join in your first year and remain in that till your final year, because that really helps you during placements. You get a PO or a position of responsibility,
Positions of
and that
responsibilities.
really counts. While yeah, that really counts, and you can actually in your HR interviews, you can actually give examples from your the activities you have done in your tenure as a maybe a leader in your club or a vice president or anything like that. So there may be many advices, but my perspective is you should always join a society. At least keep one society with you.
So a lot of good insights from your side,
So
a lot of
that's
good
it.
advices.
Yeah.
It was related to academics, it was related to extracurricular activities being core. So thanks a lot, Abhishek. I think this was a very great session. A lot of insights were obtained from you. I hope the students find it very helpful. So thank you,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you,
Definitely.
Abhishek, once again. Thank you for watching the session. Have a great day.